welcome back, or hello and welcome if you are new here. Today we are going to be tackling the upstairs, so this is part 2 to my clean with me video. I will leave the link to part 1 down below or at the end of this video if you would like to watch that if you haven't already. But like I said, today we will be tackling the upstairs because it has gotten pretty out of hand, just like the rest of the house. I just had our third baby about 3 months ago, and so I've been trying to figure out life with 3 kids, and now that I feel like I've managed it a little bit more, I wanted to finally take the time to organize my home a little bit, get it cleaned up, and just make it feel good. I feel like things just feel so much more chaotic when things are messy and just dirty, and it feels just like a breath of fresh air once you have it just all nice and clean. So I'm starting out by collecting all of the clothing from upstairs. There's just clothes everywhere in every room. You name it, there's probably a piece of article of clothing somewhere. I feel like it's just the most logical thing to have a load in the washer while you're cleaning because it does take a little bit of time. So I'll be doing things like stripping the bedding. You will see that I decided to edit this video slightly different. I feel like normally I would speed the clips up and just try to make it very fast paced, and today I just really wanted to slow it down and just have like this calm presence along with the video, because that is how I felt this day. It was raining, I had just some calm music going, just taking my time with things, and I feel like it was just such a game changer for me. Instead of just trying to like rush through everything, it just felt so much more peaceful. Even though it ended up taking me 2 days to clean the upstairs, I feel like it was all worth it because it was far less stressful just trying to like rush through everything. I am very curious to know how many of you actually sort your laundry by colors. Well, not necessarily by colors, but like, you know, you have like a load of like lights, a load of darks, towels. I know some people, they're like, you know, I've never had that problem, so I just throw it all in together. Maybe I get this from my mother just because I, you know, growing up would always have everything sorted out in piles in the hallway on the weekends because that's when we did laundry. So I'm very curious to know how many of you actually sort your laundry. I believe I ended up with a total of 12 to 13 loads of laundry because some of the piles were so big that I had to break it up into 2 or 3 different loads. It was a lot, but I guess that should be expected being a family of 5 now. Moving along, I am picking up all of the trash off the floor. I still have yet to get a garbage can or like a basket or some kind of garbage thing system in my room. I'm sure if you know, having a newborn, they're always needing a diaper change, and so they honestly just end up on my floor by the end of the night. By the end of the day, that's just where they are, and call me gross, but that is life. I've seen it happen with other people, and I'm not going to glamorize it and say that I have the fancy like diaper genie and whatnot, because I don't. They sit on my floor for a few days, and then, you know, when I eventually remember to bring up a garbage bag, they get thrown away. I also had a like pile of stuff that needed to be donated, finally putting those in a bag so that they can be donated. And then I'm just gonna go around and pick up all of the little toys all over my floor. Some days, I'm not gonna lie, I get a little irritated because I'm stepping on Hot Wheels, I'm stepping on Legos, I'm tripping over Buzz. But then watching this back, I'm like, it's hard to remind yourself this in the moment, but it's not gonna be like this forever. You know, one day your kids are gonna move out and the toys that they once played with are going to start collecting dust because they're saving them for grandkids. Being real, some days I do get really, maybe it's just like the overstimulation, I'm not really sure, where it's just like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired of tripping over toys, I can't take this anymore. But it also is comforting to know that they are more than happy to play in whatever room, and they know that this is their home too. And yes, that is yet another diaper. They are just everywhere. I think I had every good intention with this one though. I thought that if I put it on my dresser, I would remember to bring it downstairs with me in the morning. And there it sat along with all of the other diapers on my floor. I did want to give you guys a big thank you for all of your comments and love on my previous video. I know I kind of had to post a video in between the part 1 and part 2 of this. I'm sure you hear a lot of influencers say this, but it really does just make me emotional when I sit back and think that there are actual people who are so involved in our lives, and they're so just caring and supportive, and not everybody gets that in life. And so definitely don't ever take that for granted. You know, of all the things, I am so incredibly grateful for you guys and just all of your support. And I know it's probably so cliche to say, when I think of, you know, YouTube and you guys, just us being basically like a big family and best friends, I just feel a lot of gratitude. And I don't think there's many things in life that I'm able to say that about. You know, aside from, you know, my kids and my spouse, no matter how down I feel about it or defeated, it's something that'll always bring me a lot of happiness. So thank you so much for, like I said, your comments. Even if they were super like blunt, I appreciate that. You know, I know some of you are like, you know, I don't really like how much you talk about just money. And I totally get that. I think I honestly just kind of get in my head a little bit about, you know, over explaining, because it's just like, well, what if somebody new to my channel doesn't know the situation? And so they're like, well, why don't you do more? Why is your house so bare? Why do you just sit at home all the time? Or why, you know what I mean? I think I just overthink, and I'm such a people pleaser that I don't want there to be any negative. I don't want there to be any bad. And I know that's just going to come with, you know, being on social media and stuff. And so I think I tend to just over explain things. Thank you, honestly, for pointing that out, because I want this to be a channel that all of you guys can enjoy, and this just be like a happy place, and, you know, us just be best friends and talk and enjoy life together. Here we are switching one of the very many loads throughout this video. I tried not to show too much because I know, you know, like I said, I had like 12, 13 loads of laundry. It would get very repetitive, but I at least wanted to share with you that I was switching it like as soon as it was done, just to kind of keep on top of it and just get it done. I honestly don't mind laundry. I would rather laundry over like cleaning the bathroom or doing dishes. Like, I would always rather laundry. I know some people absolutely hate it. I don't mind it. I feel like it's kind of therapeutic in a way. Maybe that's just me. Then we're going to be moving into the master bathroom, which I'm not going to lie, I feel like I always have hair clippers out every time I go to clean my bathroom. I'm always cutting somebody's hair. But this is just kind of an assortment of a mess. There's garbage, hair products, makeup, hair clippers, even like my postpartum stuff that I haven't put away, which I haven't been using that for like a while. And as I was putting away like the, what are these, like the icicle pads, I opened the box and realized that I had more pads that were specifically for postpartum, and I was like, well, I don't need those. I barely even finished the first pack. Like, I feel like I got very lucky this time. And so I was a little confused on like, what do I do with this? Like, I don't want to throw it away. I don't have anybody to donate it to. Maybe I'll just save it for the next baby. You know, we've talked about maybe having one more, so I just kind of got fed up and just put it under the sink because I was like, I don't have to look at it. It's at least put away, and I have it if I ever need it again. I love cutting like Kenny's hair or the boys' hair. I'm not the best at it, but I know that if it needs done, I mean, I think I've been cutting Kenny's hair for at least 2 years. I feel like the first year we were together, he went and got it done, and then that's when we kind of started to really struggle financially, and so I started cutting it. And then same goes with Hendrix. I think I started cutting his when we moved to Utah, because before that my sister would cut it, but you know, we're states away, so that doesn't quite work anymore. So I started cutting all of the boys' hair, and I don't mind it. I love it. I like that they trust me, but I hate the cleanup of it. I just feel like there's always hair somewhere. I can never get every single piece, and it's just a little annoying, but I just need to come up with like a better system. I even thought about like during the summer, like why don't I go cut their hair outside? Like that seems so much easier. I don't know. If you guys have tips, let me know. I hate the cleanup process of it. I of course had to stop and show you this cute little face. He is getting so big, I can't even handle it. He will actually be 3 months old in just a few days. Of course, switching another load of laundry. If this doesn't show you guys like how long this has taken me, that's like the beauty of YouTube, I guess, or editing, is that, you know, this took me 2 days real time, but YouTube time, it only took me a half hour. Obviously, I'm attending to kids and I have a newborn, so I'm his food supply, so I, you know, do have to like pause and help with that and stuff, which I don't mind. I'm mom, that's what I do. But that obviously makes things a little bit more time consuming. This is where it jumps into the next day. I wanted to get Hendrix's room done first. He had just spent the weekend with my sister and my niece. I wanted him to come home to just a clean room. I feel like that's always just so nice when you like come home and everything's just clean. It makes you feel so good, and I was really excited to surprise him with his Halloween decor. And I really feel like his room wasn't even that messy. It was mainly just like Legos and stuff. Both Bennett and Hendrix have been loving those lately. Hendrix actually got a few for his birthday and he finished them in like a day. He is so good and quick with them, so we're trying to find something that's like a little more advanced for him. I don't know if we just need to get like a harder Lego set, a bigger set, I don't know, but he can complete them so quick. I find it actually really impressive because I feel like when I try to help him, I feel kind of useless because I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You just find the piece and like put them together, but I feel like some of them can be a little difficult. with his Halloween decor, I had these spider lights and I couldn't remember what I did with them the year before. But actually thinking about it, the year before we were living with Kenny's parents, so we didn't decorate, so that's probably why I didn't remember what I did with them. But for some reason I thought I like wrapped them around the house and it just wasn't working, so I came up with the idea of wrapping it around his bed frame because he didn't have a bed frame before this. And I thought it turned out so dang cool. He was so excited about it when he did see it. I also have been holding on to this bag from kindergarten. I feel like the summer just went so fast that I just didn't get to it. But I thought it had just a bunch of like his name tags, and I was like, oh, I'll maybe keep 1 or 2 to put like in his kindergarten binder. And then I realized that it had all of these affirmations on there, and like I got super emotional reading these, and I'm gonna get emotional talking about it. Maybe I'm biased, but I just feel like Hendrix is such a special soul, and I hope, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get emotional talking about this out loud. I just hope that he always is able to remind himself how amazing he is and that he is just so nice and so brave and so kind. And so just to think that like his teacher was teaching these kids to love themselves and teach them that they are patient and they're amazing, they're kind. I thought that was so dang cool. I don't remember anything like that in elementary school. And I think it's so important, especially because it's like I know some of the kids in his class, they didn't have it very easy at home. And so just to be able to go to school and like have that one place where you know you are so loved and just accepted is so cool to me. I absolutely loved his kindergarten teacher, and I think she'll hold a special place in my heart forever, just because I remember being in the 5th grade, and this is right when my parents had gotten divorced, but my 5th grade teacher just was amazing through it all. I was going through a lot of life changes, and he really just kind of took me under his wing and like loved me in a sense. I mean, not in like a weird way or anything. I don't even know how to explain that, but I think a lot of us have that special connection with at least one teacher throughout our life, and I really feel like that was Hendrix's kindergarten teacher. You know, we were going through a lot of life changes, and it was just something that I will probably hold in my heart. You can see little Bennett, he was just over here playing with Legos. He's been doing so much better. Before he would just like destroy them, and Hendrix would get so upset about it. I wouldn't blame him because they're a pain to build. Bennett's been doing so much better. He was just like taking like the little figurine guys and just like, I don't know, running around with them around the buildings and stuff. Like, he was so cute about it and so gentle. I was very proud of him. If you're new here, or maybe you missed the vlog where I talked about Hendrix loving flowers in his room, that's something that I've always been an advocate for. I think it's so cool that he likes having flowers in his room. He specifically wanted these rainbow ones a little while ago, and they didn't have them, and so when I saw them the other day, I decided to grab them. They were only $4 at Walmart. I feel like that's really inexpensive, and I can fork over $4 to put something in his room that makes him happy and just feel special and thought about. I think Hendrix's room was probably one of my most favorites, just because it just screams everything about him. He loves Legos, he loves dinosaurs, he loves art and flowers. I was still waiting for his sheets to be done, so I decided to at least move on to Bennett and Halston's room. Honestly, it's just like an empty room. Both of those boys are sleeping in our room, so this basically just stores their clothes and their toys, kind of restocking some stuff. I had some stuff on top of the dresser that my mom had gifted us, and so I was getting that put away. There was newborn things that I wanted to keep that needed to be put away, and I officially put his first outfit ever away. And it's so sad to think that he'll never fit into that again. It's just like such a weird concept when you think about those things. There weren't too many toys out. I feel like Bennett's kind of outgrown a lot of these. He'll play with like a few of like the Love Everythings that are obviously for his age, but a lot of the stuff is more baby-like. You know, Bennett wants to be just like Hendrix, so he wants to play dinosaurs and Hot Wheels and Legos. and just all of the big boy stuff. Next is another bathroom. I dread cleaning bathrooms. Maybe it's just because they're so like unsanitary. They're just gross. But the boys' bathroom I feel like wasn't too terrible. It was just like a little handful of trash and then mainly toys that they played with in the bath that needed to be put away. A few things from when we were all sick. So really not that bad. It just needed to be wiped down, the toilet cleaned, you know, give it a good mop. Just a little refresh. Jumping back to Hendrix's room, I'm just making his bed and just setting it all up so that when he came home, it would be perfect for him. He was so excited when he came home. He loved his decorations. He wanted to keep them up year round, and I told him that, you know, when Halloween is over, we'll probably have to take them down, but we can put some Christmas ones up, and then once that's over, maybe we'll find some that are like spring, summer related, or I could probably even just do like regular lights. They wouldn't even have to be like themed. And the last thing that needed a really good cleaning was the laundry area. I need to find a way, maybe I'll look on like Pinterest, or if you guys have any ideas of if you have a laundry closet, not a laundry room. There's no space in here. This is a rental, so I feel like I can't really like do a whole ton. I've seen like a lot of people like put like wood shelves and stuff, and it looks so pretty, but we're in a rental, so I don't think we could do that. But I need to find a way to put like a trash can in there. Maybe I could just put it up top or something, but I always end up with just a bunch of lint on top of my dryer. Bennett thought that it was so funny how fast the washer was going, which I guess he's never seen that. And last but not least, I needed to clean off this ledge. This was everything that needed to go downstairs, but I got so sick of going up and down so many times that I just started piling it on top. So I got that cleared off, and then I wiped the baseboards off. I promise you that's not dirt, that is kinetic sand that was all over a towel, and I forgot to shake it out, so it kind of ended up all over the baseboard and the carpet. But it feels so good to have just everything clean, and I feel just so much more at peace. Things are so much less stressful and chaotic, and I feel like I have more time to do things because I'm not constantly picking up. I'm just doing a lot better at picking up after myself, I guess, if you will. I will be honest, I've been guilty of not doing that lately. So I'm just trying to be better at that and just kind of changing a few things throughout my day to make things easier on me. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I loved talking to you guys through this. It was a lot of fun. If you missed part 1, I will have that linked at the end of this video, and I will see you in our next video.